There is something strange about life. Sometimes we spend months, even years, thinking about something we already know we need to do. Call someone, leave a job, start a project, tell someone how we feel, create something, make a decision. And yet, between knowing what we want to do and actually doing it, there is sometimes only one thing standing between us and our goal: the courage to take the first step. A business that is successful today once started with one person asking, "What if I tried?" A relationship you admire today started with two people who, at some point, took the risk of talking to each other. And the people we consider extraordinary today, they all had a moment when they had no idea whether they were going to succeed. Look at Michael Jordan, for example. Before becoming one of the greatest basketball players in history, he was cut from his high school basketball team. Imagine what that must have felt like. You dream of becoming a basketball player. You want to play, and someone tells you, "You're not good enough." He could have stopped. He could have taken that rejection as proof that he wasn't meant for it. But he kept going. And that is something we often forget. The first step never guarantees success. It guarantees only one thing: you give success a chance to exist. We often want to be certain before we begin. We want to know that our project will work, that the person will say yes, that the business will succeed, that we won't embarrass ourselves, that we won't regret our decision. But life doesn't work that way. You cannot always know the outcome before you begin. And sometimes, wanting to have every guarantee before taking action is simply another way of never taking action at all. Imagine someone standing in front of a door for 10 years. Behind that door might be the life they've always dreamed of, but written on the door is one sentence: you might fail. So they stay there, they think, they analyze, they ask other people for advice, they wait for the right moment. And eventually, they never open the door. The saddest part isn't even that they might have failed. It's that they will probably never know what was waiting for them on the other side. And maybe you have a door standing in front of you too. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Maybe there is someone you've been wanting to talk to, a project you've been postponing for months, an idea you've been keeping in your notes, a course you want to start, an application you haven't sent, a decision you already know you need to make. And every time, that little voice inside your head says, "Wait, it's not the right time. I'm not ready yet. What if it doesn't work? What if people laugh at me? What if I make the wrong decision?" But there is something I've learned. Fear doesn't always disappear before you take action. Very often, it's the opposite. Fear gets smaller when you move forward. It is by taking the first step that you discover that what you thought was impossible to overcome maybe wasn't impossible after all. Think about someone who wants to reconcile with a loved one after an argument. Both people are hurt. Both of them may want to repair the relationship, but neither wants to send the first message. Why? Because taking the first step means putting your ego aside, and sometimes a simple, "Can we talk?" can repair something that once seemed completely broken. The first step may look small, but it can have enormous consequences, and life works the same way. You don't need to know the entire road ahead. You only need to see far enough to take the next step. And above all, don't be afraid of failure, because failure isn't always a wall. Sometimes it's a sign telling you, not this way. You try something, it doesn't work, so you learn, you adjust, you try again, you change direction, and you keep moving. But when you never dare to try, you don't even get the sign. You simply remain where you are. Of course, daring doesn't mean acting without thinking. You need to use your judgment. Analyze the risks. Prepare your project. Listen to advice. Understand the consequences. But at some point, you have to stop thinking and start acting. Because a perfect decision that is never executed is worth nothing. Look at your own life. Everything you have today, everything you've built, every important person you've met. There was a first moment. Your first day at school, your first job interview, your first paycheck, your first meeting with someone who would later become important to you, your first message, the first time you made an important decision. At that exact moment, You probably had no idea where that decision would take you, and yet, you made it. So maybe today, you simply need to do the same thing. Not change your entire life in one day, not become a completely different person tomorrow morning. Just take one step, send the message, start the project, submit the application, say what you really feel, or simply stop postponing what you already know you need to do. Because sometimes, the distance between the life you have and the life you could have is not measured in years. It is measured in courage. The courage to do something you've never done before. The courage to accept that you might fail. The courage to be judged. The courage to start again. And above all, the courage to move forward while you're still afraid. So don't wait until you're no longer afraid, because that day may never come. Dare while you're afraid. Dare while you're uncertain. Dare even if you're not completely ready, because at the end of the day, the first step isn't proof that you're going to succeed. It is proof that you refuse to remain still. And sometimes, one single step is all it takes to begin an entirely new story. Subscribe.